You're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here, this door is open to is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good luck to us. I'm gonna fly like an eagle, fly up in the sky like an eagle, high as I can fly. You can make it if you try. I'm gonna spread out my wings and ride the wind. I'm gonna leave the storm below and let my spirit go. You can soar above the clouds. I'm not asking the world to stop for me. Don't want a mountain move for me. Just like a bird that's here and gone, there's not a place I don't belong. I will stretch my wings on high, then watch me fly. I will fly. I'm eager and ready. Will they let me go? I'm ready to fly on my own. Sail away, my friend, you're not alone. Beyond the tension of time, an eagle flies. I stare and wonder till it's gone, that gliding silent song. Be an eagle, free and proud. I will make my mistakes along the way, change for the better on my way, learn everything I have to know, feeling and watching my life grow. I will spread my wings on high, then watch me fly. gonna spread out my wings and ride the wind. I'm gonna leave the storm below and let my spirit go. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna
Thank you so much for being here this morning. Welcome to Unity of Portland. No, I am not Reverend Lisa Davis. She's on sabbatical still. I am Reverend Liah Rose, and you're probably used to seeing me in back, but I get to put on my other hat today. Thank you. So, as I hope you were aware, here at Unity of Portland, we have it on banners on the wall. We're here to transform lives that transform the world. And we do that through creating community, living love, teaching truth, serving spirit, and practicing peace. And I hope you'll join me in an opening prayer. Mother, Father, God, we come together today, recognizing and honoring the part of us that is you. We know that you fill us, you support us, you guide us. And we are here to form greater community, recognizing the greatness that is in all of us. We say thank you, God, for this awareness and this ability to live from that awareness. And so it is. Amen. And now I get to welcome Beth to the stage with her myriad announcements.
First, as I always do, I'm going to introduce the prayer chaplains for this morning. This morning we have Carol and Sherry who are available to pray with you following the service. We are so grateful for everything our prayer chaplains do for us. If you have a prayer request, like I said, you can meet them after the service. There are prayer requests in the backs of your chairs. You can fill those out and drop those in the prayer box here. We have Dial-A-Prayer that's available for you to call during the week. And they also offer a wonderful Sunday morning guided meditation, 10:30 each week in the chapel before the service. Nice way to get centered before you start your day. So we have a few things happening after the service today. The 1 Million Rising group is going to meet in the teen room downstairs around 12:45. There's more info out on the What You Can Do table outside the bookstore. Also following the service today, around 12:45, our Girl Scout troops that meet here are doing a special rain barrel project for us, spearheaded with the garden team. They're going to be out at the corner of the building after Coffee and Connection doing a little tutorial on how you could use a rain barrel. So anyway, that's a wonderful thing. Get your questions answered about that. Of course, today is also the 5th Sunday of the month, which means Youth Ed is putting on the Coffee and Connection lunch. So they've got sandwiches and all kinds of lovely little things for lunch down there, all for a love offering that supports them going to camp, or to their rally, I think, which is in October. So make sure you stay for that. Join us downstairs. So let's see. We have a lot of opportunities coming up in the next couple of months. There's a lot happening. Personal discovery, contemplation, prayer, and celebration. So this coming Saturday, September 6th, in our garden, the prayer chaplains are going to be blessing the animals. So if you have a pet, I know we're so excited. Bring the pets. We ask you to bring them on a leash or a carrier or something, way to, keep them to themselves and not mingling with the other pets. So we appreciate that. That starts at 10 a.m., 10 to 12 in our garden. Really looking forward to that. Then on Wednesday, September the 10th, busy month for the prayer chaplains, it's Unity's World Day of Prayer, Wednesday, September 10th. So at Unity Village, they have a wonderful opening ceremony, meditations, music, readings. This will begin at 6 o'clock. They're going to stream it from the village. So you can come in the sanctuary and you can take part in that. And then right after, they're going to do a sacred labyrinth walk over in our east parking lot with the labyrinth. So that is another wonderful, wonderful thing to be a part of. Course in Miracles is back. Yay! Beginning September 16th. That's a Tuesday, 10:30 in the morning. Carolyn Goolsby is going to be out at the table today. She's going to lead that group, and she will be able to answer any of your questions. There's a sign up. There's handouts. Carolyn, stand up so people can see who you are. There's Carolyn. Thank you, thank you. All right, I want to say it truly is a season of discovery. The Discover Your Divinity class. This is based on affirmative prayer. It's going to begin Wednesday, September the 24th. This is not only a prerequisite for becoming a prayer chaplain, but it's used as a transformational tool for your own personal life. If you're not familiar with affirmative prayer, this is a wonderful time to come and be inspired and learn more about that. It's going to be led by prayer chaplains Annette Boswell and Lynn Soden. The class is $70. There's sign-ups and more information out on the table. I will also mention Reverend Lisa will be starting a class in October the 7th. It's going to be in person and on Zoom, and it's based on the book Discover the Power Within You. And it's an older book, but you know, the principles don't change. They're the same. So we hope you'll get some information about that and check that out. You can register for that online or on the lobby table as well. Registration's also open for the 2025 Women's Retreat. We are very blessed to have Reverend Kathy, Kathy Long, sorry. She will be with us that week, and she was part of this community back in 1979. She was so inspired by the Seekings, she went off to Unity Village. She became a minister. She has been doing, she's an emissary for sacred ecology, spirituality, and the new story of evolutionary change. So the workshop is Friday. Saturday includes lunch. Truly an inspirational weekend, ladies. We hope that you'll join us. There's more information, again, out on the table. So we're beginning the initial planning for the holiday marketplace. For those of you who don't know what this is a big arts and crafts fair. We rent out booths here in the sanctuary. This is our third year doing it. It gets better every year. But we are in need of some people to help us put this together and organize it. There's a flyer out on the table. There's sign-ups. Kelly Bruce from our bookstore is heading this up. Kelly, stand up. I want them to see who you are. There's Kelly. So go talk to her about this after the service. We could use your help with this, okay? So 100th anniversary celebrations, well on their way. Homecoming Sunday, September the 28th. We're excited to welcome back some members from years past. We're going to celebrate our spiritual home and being a part of it with a special service, followed by a home-style fried chicken dinner downstairs. And this will be a lot like our after-service lunches. This will be for a love offering. We want y'all to come, bring your friends. It'll be a great, great day. And I know Cher talked to you a little bit last week about our big Putting on the Ritz Gala dinner, which happens on October 17th. We're super excited about this. They're going to turn the downstairs into a speakeasy. We are featuring a 5-course catered meal that is crafted after Maxim's in Paris 1925 menu. And even though Prohibition was happening back then, it will not be the case at this event. Whether you partake or not, we're going to have a fabulous evening planned. We've got some dancing going on. We've got a very special guest for music that's going to be showing up. So plan to get your ticket today. We've got limited number of space downstairs. So we've got probably 30 tickets left maybe. See Cher out at the desk today. You can get your ticket today at $60, and we want y'all to be here to celebrate with us. So please consider coming to that and sharing in that with us. Okay. I'm sharing some exciting news on the administrative front. When I got here nearly 5 years ago, some of you know and felt the frustration I had with all the admins before me who were in a myriad of different applications for things. Since I've been here, my goal was to get everything in one place, and that is finally happening. Whew, I'm so happy about this. Lori Lancaster, yes. Man, it has been a sacred mission, and I said yes to it. And now we're here, and Lori Lancaster's been helping us so much with this. We are at the beginning of integrating a new system through our church management, which will include our text to tithe. It's going to house our new website. We're going to be able to send our newsletter out from there. And I've gotten rid of 3 paid applications that we were using before, which I'm super happy about. So I'm letting you know this next Thursday, we are doing what Lisa normally calls trial and trial. We are sending out the new newsletter through our Breeze application. What I'm letting you know is if it doesn't come into your inbox, and you folks at home too, take heed of this. If you don't see it in your inbox, please go to your spam file and click that it's not spam, put it back in your inbox, and if you need to add the administration email to your contacts, do that. And we're hoping that you will regularly start getting it. I will send out the reminder email on Saturday, which you all get in your inbox from our old newsletter, so that I know you all will get it with steps to remind you to check that spam folder, okay? We're just moving forward with it. You know, sometimes you just have to do it. So we're doing it, and I'm super excited about it. And anyway, last but certainly not least, our offices and bookstores will be closed tomorrow for Labor Day, where we will not be laboring. We're very excited about that. So yeah, if this is your first time with us, I know it's a lot happening here. We are a vibrant, busy community, and we are glad you are here with us. We hope that you received a welcome packet if it was your first time on your way in. No worries if you did not. Our ushers have a handful of those, and they're willing to put one in your hand if you hold it up and let them know it's your first time. There's a rose sticker on the front. We'd love for you to put that on your name tag so we know who you are. Please, please come downstairs and join us for coffee and connection. On the back, there's a yellow card. This does get you on our newsletter mailing list, and we'd love to have you fill that out. You can also use the QR code as well. And on the back, there's a lot of service opportunities. We believe that by creating community, we do that through service, and we trust that you will find a spot where you can bring your joy and help serve this community as well. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I know it was a lot, but we got a busy couple of months coming up. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Beth. And while Rick brings the screen down, I'll just add to what she said to welcome our newcomers. Reverend Lisa often says something that I really resonate with. And she says, if this community works for you as someone who hasn't been here very much, we encourage you to get involved. Check with the volunteer stuff and see if there's something that you might enjoy doing. If it doesn't work for you, though, keep searching. Find a place that does support that spiritual need within you, because that's really important, especially in the turbulent times we're living in. But now I invite you all to stand if you're able and join us in singing a song.
I'm feeling so high, must be the season when the love light shines all around you. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream. Let your love grow with the smallest of dreams and let your love show. Then you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing. Let your love bind you to all living things and let your love shine. Then you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. Well, there's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when the love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you deep in space and lay you under its love and embrace. Then feel the thunder as it combs your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a fountain stream. Let your love grow with the smallest of dreams and let your love show. Then you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing. Let your love bind you to all living things and let your love shine. Then you know what I mean, that's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream. Let your love grow with the smallest of dreams and let your love show. Then you know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing. Let your love bind you to all living things and let your love shine. Then you know what I mean, that's the reason.
Hello, good morning. If they say it's okay, you share a hug, maybe a namaste. Bring it up.
Joy and love and happiness. Yeah.
All those things?
Yeah, all those things and more.
Bring- Screen, dude. And let's find our seats. Let's find our seats and get settled back in for a time of meditation. I know you're all enjoying sharing, saying hi, but it's time to sit back down.
Class.
Feel like a school teacher. Recess is over. We don't do a very long meditation, but we do a time of getting quiet and getting receptive. And that's what it's all about. And to lead us into that, I welcome Pete and Paul Barquette.
First of all, I would like to say a word or two. I know you won't be thinking they apply to you, but it's true, and they do. All your life, you have had to sing your song alone, not believing anybody could have known, but it's wrong, and you know. I've got a song, let me sing it with you, let me say it now while the meaning is new. Wouldn't it be good if we could say it together? Don't be afraid to sing me your mind. Sing about the joy that I know we can find. Wind them around, see what they sound like together. The song is love. The song is love. Song is love. The song is love.
Love. Open
Last
your
of all, I would like to thank you for the word or two spoken in the moments when I needed you to see me through, and you do. I've got a song, let me sing it with you, let me say it now, all the meaning is new. Wouldn't it be good if we could say it together? Don't be afraid to sing me your mind. Sing about the joy that I know we can find. Wind them around and see what they sound like together. The song is love. The song is love. Song is love. Song is love. The song is love. Song is love. Song is love. Song is love.
The song is love. Breathe it into your heart. As you breathe in, focus on your breath. Allow the love that is you to be that breath. As you allow the chair to support you, feel the air around you against your skin, and know that you are love in the silence. And as love fills your heart, be your song of love. In your every moment, as you interact with people, friends, family, hold that song of love in your heart always. And so it is. It's all you guys. And you have another song.
Another song?
Yeah.
Is it
This is the message song.
the message song? Okay. I have been watching the world as she passes me, learning when she teaches, loving when she preaches love. Preaches love. While you have been waiting and watching yourself in a mirror of doubt and of fear that is holding your heart. Let it out. Let it out. 'Cause all the simple songs have been written, all the simple words are now gone. All the love I will be given was given long before we were born. You lie awake waiting for answers, something that will open your eyes. Only when you open your heart will you find the only answers to life. Now it's up to you. Now it's up to you. There's nothing more I can do. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. You lie awake waiting for answers, something that will open your eyes. But only when you open your heart will you find the only answers to life. And now it's up to you. 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 There's nothing more I can do. There's nothing more I can do.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. So, this week I was perusing the internet and I read something that made me laugh, so I thought I would share it. A woman wrote, "My toddler hates fish but loves chicken. Last night for dinner, I told her the salmon was beach chicken. She cheered, yay, beach chicken, and ate the whole thing." It's not lying, it's rebranding. Having studied marketing myself, I get it. What you call something has influence on how that thing is perceived. It's the same with naming a person or even a pet. If you hear of a cat named Snowball, you're gonna assume that's a white cat. Although I tell you, I almost named a black cat Snowball once. A dog named Shadow is either gray or follows his or her owner everywhere, just like a shadow. If you've ever named a child, you may have thought about the impact of the name you were giving them. About a year ago, Parade magazine published a list of 205 names that, in my opinion, should have been given a little bit more thought. I'm going to share just a few of them with you so you get the idea. Paige Turner, Marcia Mello, Karaoke, Ella Vader, Holly Days, Justin Time. This is one of my favorites, Gene Poole, Salmonella, Tish Hughes, Ivy League, Joe King, Olive Green, Polly Esther, almost done, Rose Bush, and Douglas Fir. Yeah, should have had some more thought. And I've often wondered what J.K. Rowling was thinking of when she named the characters in the Harry Potter series. With names like Dudley Dursley, Minerva McGonagall, and Lavender Brown, you hardly need to describe those characters because their names alone give you a sense of who they are and what they're going to be like. Someone with a name like Dudley Dursley, you just know they're a bully. They're a bully. Minerva McGonagall just evokes the image of a wise professor. The name Lavender Brown, to me, vapid teenager. Not all teenagers are vapid, but that name, she is. Many years ago, when I still wanted to write the next great American novel, I would spend hours thinking of what to name the characters. Because I'd jot down names and attributes in my journal, because what they looked like helped dictate their backstory and how they were going to be in the story. It would help formulate their character development. For years, my pets have been named for song titles. I've had Sir Duke, Maxwell Edison, majoring in medicine, of course, Roxanne, and my current cat, good golly, Miss Molly, just to name a few. When you thought about what to name your child or pet, what have you considered? Perhaps it was just a name you'd always liked, or a name used throughout your family history. But what's really in a name? More than you might think. When I started researching for this talk, I was amazed by the sheer volume of information I found. There was so much that if I were to even share half of it, we'd be here all day. And I'm not going to do that because I don't want you to miss Coffee and Connection and help support the kids. I found it fascinating, though, and I'm known to get obsessive over that kind of stuff. So I apologize in advance. There's going to be a lot I'm actually reading because I couldn't remember all this. In the revealing word, my tongue's getting messed up, sorry. In the revealing word, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, defines name as an arbitrary appellation received in the language of the intellect describing a mental image or thought picture. It may be true of naming of objects that it's arbitrary, but my research of the naming of people, or sometimes pets, is often far from arbitrary. In the Hebrew language, the name of every person or thing represents its character. The names of the disciples all had different meanings. John stood for love, Thomas was understanding, Andrew was strength, Bartholomew represented imagination, and some of you may know where I'm going with this. Over a century later, Charles Fillmore made the connection that the meanings of those 12 names were also inherent powers within each of us. And the 12 powers was born. Religious beliefs have long been a major source and inspiration for personal names. Many names have their origins in religious texts or are derived from sources considered to be sacred or divine. Think Mary, Gabriel, Michael, and Ruth, all from the Bible. Different countries also have their own cultural influences, their own spiritual traditions. Families that are predominantly Catholic in any country frequently give their children the name of a saint, often as their middle name. I'm sure you probably know someone named for a saint or biblical figure. I once had several friends, all from Catholic families, with the middle name of Marie, because they all got named for the saint. In ancient China, babies were often given a milk name right after birth. something simple and often silly. In fact, I knew a woman whose milk name was Ting Ting. It was used during early childhood and kept the child's true name hidden to protect them from evil spirits. The idea was that if the spirits didn't know your real name, they couldn't curse you or harm you. Later on, during a coming-of-age ceremony, a formal name would be chosen, usually with scholarly or virtuous connotations, or in the case of some of the Catholic Chinese, at their first communion. Names were chosen based on the elements, numerology, and sometimes poetic references. That new name, that second name, would shape the adult person's public persona and life goals, from secrecy to symbolism. The process showed how layered identity could be from childhood into adult. In India, the Hindu have a ceremony they call the Namkaran Sanskar. And it's a ceremony that happens on the 11th or 12th day after a child's birth. And in that time, the parents often consult astrologers to find a name that corresponds with the baby's birth chart. And they will break down syllables to impact, believing that the name affects the child's karma and influences their destiny throughout life. Every syllable carries spiritual weight, and it's believed to echo into the universe for decades to come. I love that. In New Zealand, the Maori culture bestow names to reflect a person's genealogy and connection to the land. Their name might reference ancestry, tribal history, or place of birth. In Hawaii, tradition names are sacred and are often the result of dreams or visions and are believed to shape the child's future. Giving and receiving of a name often involved reverence, responsibility, and often awe. It was a spiritual contract. A poorly chosen name could be blamed for illness or misfortune, and if that happened, it was sometimes believed that the name needed to be changed in order to restore balance. I think my favorite, though, is the Navajo first laugh ceremony. A child is not named until after they laugh for the first time. The idea is that laughter is the child's first conscious act, and from that moment, they begin their journey through life with intention. The person who made the baby laugh often earns the honor of giving the child their name, which is meant to guide them spiritually. A ceremony is held to bestow their name upon them. These are just a handful of the traditions I read about, but the common theme was there was always a spiritual connection. Many cultures and traditions name their children not just from ancestry, but from a place of connection to creation, to the land, to spirit, to God. Up until the 21st century, most given names here in the US were deeply rooted in gender-specific roles. If someone told you about their friend Dennis or Elizabeth, you knew Dennis was male and Elizabeth was female. As we have evolved and started to become more inclusive, there's a growing trend toward gender-neutral naming. The idea that your name should not limit you to someone else's idea of who you should be based on or tied to societal gender roles. In today's world, choosing an unconventional name for a child can be both a bold statement and a reflection of the parent's values and beliefs. It creates a distinct identity for their child, celebrating their uniqueness and originality. I love that. I mean, if you see some of the names of younger people today, there's names I never would have imagined when I was growing up. Many times, the name someone is given at birth is the name they carry throughout their life. That's very common. They grow and evolve, but their name serves as an anchor to keep them from drifting too far from source. It's their touchstone, and they wouldn't have it any other way. Others have names that allow them simply to use a different form of the name. Kathleen might be Kathy in school, and then become Kate as a young adult before settling into Kathleen as she matures, and maybe even transmorphing into Kitty as a silly senior. Jonathan could be Johnny as a child. His teenage friends all call him John. And maybe he becomes a father and he realizes he wants to go back to being known as Jonathan. It was there all the time, just waiting to be embraced. If you've been here in January for our White Stone ceremony, you've heard Reverend Lisa speak about how in biblical times, names represented equality. Well, they still do. As a person was freed from bondage, in our case, a self-imposed bondage of expectation, they were given a white stone and a new name. They carried that stone with them everywhere, a form of ID, if you will. Countless times in the Bible, we also read of people being given a new name as they grew spiritually. Abram became Abraham. Sarah became Sarah. Saul became Paul. In our own country, enslaved peoples that became free would often choose a new name. Now freed from who they'd been, sometimes with no name or identity at all, they were now able to claim the essence of the perfect spiritual being they were born to be. There are other reasons for someone to change their name. Anyone gotten married and taken on your spouse's name? What if your parents gave you a name like some of those I mentioned earlier? You might be inclined to want to change your name. What if you just didn't like the name your parents gave you? Anybody named Karen these days might cringe over the recent trend of using the name to describe a type of elitist behavior, which gratefully seems to be losing traction. But what if your very name evokes bad feelings and resentment? Do you really want to feel those bad feelings every time you go into Starbucks or in a doctor's office waiting room and have them call out your name and you cringe? What if you share a name with a celebrity or a sports figure who's frequently in the news, not always for something good? What if you have a name that is frequently mispronounced? Our own Drew Rain didn't start out as Drew. She gave me permission to share having an often mispronounced name was just one of many reasons why she chose to take on a family name from her mother's side, and so she could embrace a name that she could feel connected to, rather than one that sparked annoyance or the need to correct people who butchered the pronunciation of her name. I can relate, I get mispronounced a lot. Another member of our congregation is allowing me to share a part of his story around claiming his new name. And this is just a little piece because I'm hoping that at one of our Pride services he gets to share his story. Growing up, he always felt drawn to the character of Huckleberry Finn. He loved the relationship Huck Finn had with the river, the land, and the people in his world. As our friend claimed his truth in gender identity, he claimed the name Finn. As he stepped more and more fully into his new life, he also grew spiritually, and he recently changed his name again. We know him now as Phoenix. I love that in choosing his new name, he also chose a new middle name. He chose one that honors who he used to be. He brought his former identity with him, combining parts of his birth name to create his middle name. The name Deborah Kay became Rakai, and we have Phoenix Rakai. Just as the phoenix is reborn from the ashes of its old life, so Phoenix has embraced where his journey started and brought it forward into the new being he is becoming. Thank you, Phoenix, for letting me share that. Many years ago, I felt a nudge to change my name. For over a year, I fought that nudge. I thought my name suited me just fine. I didn't want the hassle of changing my name, but the universe can be very patient with some things. The nudge persisted. I'd been hearing Spirit calling me Liah. I hadn't shared that with anyone because I had no intention of doing anything about it. After all, Liah was my camp counselor in the 5th grade, and I wasn't anything like her. Then one day, 3 different friends all called me. They hadn't spoken with each other, and it wasn't like any of them to call me at work, but they all felt compelled to call me. And all 3 said the same thing. I don't know why, but I want to call you Liah. I just shook my head and I said, that's okay, you don't have to know. I know. Still, I resisted. I let those 3 friends, I let them call me Liah, But that was as far as it went. That is until I walked into a New Thought church for the first time. 2 of those 3 friends had talked me into coming with them to church. And Jody Stevenson, some of you may remember her, she was speaking. The message that day was about prosperity and abundance, which was something we all wanted more of in our lives. But in the middle of her talk on abundance, she diverted from her theme and started talking about the book Mutant Message Down Under, which was very popular in the early 90s. In the book, the author is on walkabout with an Aboriginal tribe. And at one point, she comments, luckily, their names meant something. Their current role in the tribe dictated what their current name was. A person's name changed with their spiritual development. Now, in that moment, it was like, the proverbial light bulb. I knew why I was there. I was here to hear that message. And I knew why I needed to change my name. I knew why God had been after me, because it was time to step into the spiritual life I'd walked away from several years before. I began to take seriously the idea of changing my name. How would I spell it? What would my signature look like? How would it feel to be called by a different name? Would I recognize that people were talking to me if they called that name? I began volunteering at that church using my new name. I started practicing writing my new signature. I answered the phone differently at work. I started answering the phone, "This is Liah," just to get used to calling myself by my new name. I wondered how to tell my family. How would they take it? I was pretty sure the answer to that question was going to be not well. One of my sisters refused for about a year to call me Liah. She was sure it was a fad I was going through and that I'd grow out of it. The other sister asked me my reason for changing my name. So I told her. I said it was a nudge that led to the proverbial 2x4 from God. When I told my mother, she took it as a personal affront. She saw it as me rejecting my given name and my family. My comment to that was, if I was rejecting my past, I wouldn't be telling you I was changing it. I'd just change it and disappear. But I chose instead to remind her that she and my father had never been able to agree on my given name when I was born. They had different ideas of what I should be named. So the name they ended up with was a compromise. She didn't appreciate that reminder, but she mostly didn't understand why I felt the need to change my name. Until my sister talked to her, and my sister said, "Mom, stay out of it. This is between her and God." Gratefully, my sister was able to explain it better than I had, and my mother began to call me Liah as well. My father, he got it immediately. It was like he'd been waiting for me to see what he'd known all along. But what it all comes back to is claiming the essence of your true self, your spiritual self, if you will. Once I was at a retreat, and in one of the sessions where everybody was paired up, we were instructed to ask our partner, "Who are you?" As the instruction was given, you could just see people thinking, what am I going to say? They knew something more was coming because we were, after all, at a spiritual retreat. But I don't think any of us expected what came next. Who are you really? Who are you really? You might be a parent, a sibling, an advocate, an activist, a writer, a minister, a gardener, or all of the above or none of the above, or countless other identifiers of things you do and roles you identify with. But who are you really? You are a divine creation. You are a child of God. You are a living, breathing expression of the divine. There's only one of you. Whether you have a unique name or a name that is shared with dozens of other people, you are you. What's in a name? It's a way to acknowledge and identify you, but it doesn't define you, limit you, or prevent you from being the best version of you there is. If you think it does, maybe it's time to change your name. But whether or not you ever decide to change it, Be ready for the changes that will come with choosing to be that best version of you. Be ready to step fully into the life you were born to live. Be ready to welcome the new you while you continue to embrace what brought you to this point. Leave behind what no longer works and find the wholeness of who you were meant to be. Every day is a new day, and every day you are different from who you were yesterday. Embrace that and be you. Let your light so shine that the sun seems dim in comparison. Let's pray together. God, we thank you for this day of light and sun and recognition of the truth of who we are. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. And with the screen coming down, that means it's time to open our hearts and our wallets for our tithing and offering time. And I know for me, there were times in my life that I grew up with, my mom wrote a $5 check at church every week. And granted, that was the 60s and 70s, and $5 was a lot of money when we were, barely getting by. And over time, it became $20 or $25. But I don't know that my mother ever tithed. I don't know that she ever understood the concept of tithing. And over the years, since I've gotten deeper into my spiritual life, I began to understand it. And I began to follow it. And no, you're not required to tithe here. We invite you to, because tithing is a spiritual practice. And I know from experience that sometimes it's really, really, really hard to do, and other times it's really easy. And when you do it when it's really hard, you're looking for the ways it doesn't work. But if you let yourself follow your heart, follow what God tells you to do, you'll find where you need to tithe. And there's very many ways you can tithe, as you can see on the screen. We have push pay. We have our website has a donate button if you're online. Of course, you can drop a check into the bags as they come around. Or we have a QR code, which I still have a typo I need to fix. It's not a QC code, and doing QC myself, I should know better. But I missed that one as I was writing my talk yesterday and paying less attention to the announcements. I apologize. So as you've either written your check or given through automatic giving, we invite you to share our blessing with us. If we'll go to the next page. We're going to share our blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
There you go, on the run, off again to follow the sun. You're trying so hard to fool everyone who loves you. But don't you know, can't you see that every step you take to be free brings you closer to home as you follow the stars above you? You don't have to go to the mountain to find it yourself, that magical fountain. The joy of living comes back when the giving is real. Well, your broken dreams that no one knows, afraid to scream and ruin the show. you're unable to lean on someone who knows how to love you. You don't have to go to the mountain to find it yourself. That magical fountain, the joy of living comes back when giving is real. Lamp is lit, the fire burns. All that you give comes back in return. For as long as you live, if you ever could learn that whenever you give, you say without words, I love you. Well, the lamp is lit and the fire burns. All that you give comes back in return. For as long as you live, if you ever could learn that whenever you give, you say without words, I love you.
And now I get to fill while we wait for the kids, because I don't see them ready to come in. So, I hadn't prepared for this, to be quite honest. But look at the beautiful weather we still have. And that, to me, that's an Oregon summer, is what we've got today. And looking forward to it. I hope it doesn't get to 95 this week, because I'm an Oregonian through and through, and that's too hot for me. But are we ready to sing the kids in? Because I see some kids out there. If you'd like to start us.
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. The circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. The circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend.
Hi, my name is Meadow, and I found God and beauty
In the garden.
in the garden.
In the garden. We went out in the garden today. And can you show your picture of what you found? Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So today we have our youth fundraiser. So we have pre-made sandwiches and make your own sandwiches. And this is to help support all of the youth, not just us teenagers, but also them to go to camps and get art supplies and craft supplies to be able to run the youth program. And we only get funds from fundraisers. So it would really mean a lot to us if you came downstairs and ate our sandwiches and had a good time. And we spent all service, making sandwiches and preparing them for you guys. So yeah, we hope you come downstairs and hang out with us. Yeah.
Great. Can we give Liah another hand? Thank you, Liah. Thank you. All right. Would y'all please stand, and we'll end with our peace song this morning.
Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me.
our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right, have a great holiday weekend, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll see you downstairs.